Topic of this video is determining if a relation defined by an equation is a function. Let's read and learn together. A relation that is not a function has at least one domain element x paired with more than one range element y. When determining if an equation is a function, your goal is to find a real value of x that results in two or more real values of y. Let's look at several examples. For each of the following, determine whether the equation defines y as a function of x. Our first equation is 3 times the square root of x plus y equals 8. This is a function. There is no real value for x that results in two or more real values for y. Next equation. Y equals the absolute value of the sum x plus 5. This is also a function for the same reason. Next equation. Y plus 4 in parentheses squared minus x equals 36. This is not a function. If x was equal to 13, then we would see a 13 in the part of the equation where their x is written. In other words, y minus 4 in parentheses squared minus 13 equals 36. If we were to add 13 to each side of this equation, then we would have the result y plus 4 squared equals 49. If we then apply the square root property to that equation, we would get that y plus 4 equals plus or minus the square root of 49. Y plus 4 equals plus or minus 7. That's actually two equations in one. Y plus 4 equals 7, which has the solution 3, and y plus 4 equals negative 7, which has the solution negative 11. So we can see that we have one x leading to two y's, one input leading to two outputs. And for that reason, this equation is not a function. Let's now look at our last equation. 3x plus the absolute value of y equals 0. This is not a function. If x is equal to negative 1, then our equation would say 3 times negative 1 plus the absolute value of y equals 0. Then we would have negative 3 plus the absolute value of y equals 0, which then would lead us, by adding 3 to both sides, to say that the absolute value of y equals 3, which has two solutions, y equals 3 and y equals negative 3. So once again, we have one x, one input, leading to two y's, two outputs. For that reason, this equation is not a function. Let's read this blue box. Tip. Notice the two equations that were not functions. They both did something specific to y. In one of them, the y is inside parentheses that are being squared. In the other, the y is inside absolute value bars. While these facts do not guarantee that the associated equations will not be functions, they are a strong indicator that they might not be, and therefore give you a place to start.